beginning point was remembering my garden, which I no longer have, attached to this studio. But I think the process itself is, emergent from the desire to act on, a greater degree of courage. Like every time I approach a painting, I want it to be leading me somewhere I've not yet been. I want to be discovering something in the action of making the painting, so that you, the viewer, can also discover something in the experience of being present to it or witnessing it. I think that the use of materials, the handling of materials, being willing to follow where the painting is leading is the most important part of the process for me. I want to be surprised. It's about, situating oneself in your own place. Like this West Coast environment, is very much, part of my love for, the outdoors and nature here. And so gardens and paintings, floral, botanicals are just really a way for me to talk about our experience moving through the landscape of our life, like the brevity, the transience, the from seed to blossom to decay. It's like the passage of our life. Yeah, I'm very fortunate to have a very large, spacious studio with a lot of natural light, and I think that's it's actually affected the work. The work it's lighter. I think the work has, for the most part, a lot more space around it, and I, bring a lot of plants into the studio, so I can have that feeling of the natural world that is, maybe not right outside the door anymore, but it's very much present. The kind of growth and the, cycle of life is evident all around me. So I'm, feel I have a very, very great studio in which to work. I like to experiment, and this one, for instance, has a lot of different materials in it. There's underpainting with flash. It's a kind of polymer paint, similar to an acrylic, but more kind of velvety. It really takes the oil well. So then it's overpainted with oil and glazed and oil bars, like using oil crayon and to vary the marks and the gesture. So I think for me, that's an important part of my process, is to, I do have maybe some conventional techniques of oil painting, but I also really like to experiment with newer materials.